I've spoken a lot, and now I would like to see if there are any questions. They can be general about the heart chakra, and they can be more specific about the subtle anatomy. Yes, please. And just one remark, feel free to ask questions in German, okay? You don't need to try somehow to struggle with English. Yes? Okay, is the heart chakra different in the case of male and female? In terms of subtle anatomy, most definitely not. It is exactly, this description includes both cases, and the challenges and the process of heart opening are one and the same. Sometimes it is harder for men than for women, both for good reasons and bad reasons. Women in general, and these are such gross generalizations that you will have to forgive me if I'm not including your case in it, but as a general gross description, women are far more connected to the left side of the heart chakra, and are aware of its processes. This makes women more sensitive to heart chakra processes and more capable. Their starting point is that they're already to them, to hear the heart is the center or home, it feels more direct, easier. I will not enter the reasons because that is a very complicated discussion. What is it? Is it a cultural process, or is it biological, inherent? Is it conditioning, or is it an energetic essence, a gift to the world? You choose. But the reality is that for women it is much easier, while for men it is easier to hear, just be detached, just transcend, just be impersonal. It's just easier. It's more accessible. But that also has a negative aspect, because this means that the left side is much more is experienced as much more vulnerable and complicated. And then there is, what did I say? And there is a lot about that is connected to not being able to accept oneself, feeling less confident, less capable of trusting oneself, and more needing to be heard and recognized. And so, as with everything, there is the advantage and the disadvantage. Yes. But the process in itself, as someone who obviously has undergone through this process and who goes through this process, is absolutely the same. Love has many different forms. Yeah. Love is not just emotional and sweet embrace. It can actually have so many forms that the most important thing is to awaken the heart and see what role it places us in the world, you see, because the heart gives us our place in the world. The way we're meant to serve. And in that, I don't know if I would think of the path as different. And I also don't know if I don't know if I would say that the awakening of the heart is different. or the way we experience it is different. The way we express it is definitely different, but I know that that nowadays it gets to be more and more blended. You see, it's more complex now because we have many men connected more and more to the left side of the heart, for example, and sometimes I actually need to take them out of it, you see? But the thing is, sometimes in terms of our Ida and Pingala, the right side and the left side of the heart, sometimes there is more energy on one of the sides, and that is surely where this generalization can be somehow relevant. Okay? Yes. Okay. More, yes, please. Beautiful. Well, the question is about sometimes people can enter deep spiritual states and then enter a sort of psychosis, or sometimes it's less than psychosis, but it's a sort of psychological crisis. This is a good question because that's always my answer to people who begin to develop spiritual excesses, and they experience detachment, dissociation. Then I always tell them, go back to the heart. Just leave the upper chakras, just go back to the heart.
What do you mean by leave the upper chakras? Don't meditate anymore?
Oh no. Meditate as much as you want, but as soon as you open your eyes, return to the heart. The heart is our relating aspect. It's what connects us with the world. As I said, it's this thread. And when this thread is broken, or we imagine it is broken, we are disconnected completely from meaning. Because just life seems pointless, you see? But when we relax in the heart, we can finally return to half godly, half human emotions. And emotions are our thread. You see, we connect to the world through emotions. The primary emotion is love. For me, it didn't make sense to, after all the spiritual states and the absorption in samadhi when I was many years ago, young, so it didn't make sense to return at all. What makes you return? It is love. It is love to humanity, love to humanness, love to the world, to the planet, to the divine. You see? So love is what is our only connection, and only if we love, things begin to make sense. That's why humans crave that so much. So love takes the profound spiritual energy and grounds it, but not in the way that you fall back, you see? Because it calls the earthly elements to come up, it calls the divine elements to come down, and there they meet. You see? So it's always about returning to feeling and to emotion. That can relax over focus on the spiritual dimensions. What is psychosis? And I'm not a psychologist, but from an energetic point of view, there has to be always a balance between our subjective world and our objective world. If there is too much of the objective world, we are thrown in the world of the material world, the world of the senses, the world of attachment, confusion, and so on, and desire and aggression. But if there is too much of the subjective world, there's a psychological disruption, you see? The genius is to be like that. And this is only the heart can show us, because the heart is the balancing aspect. Yes, please. Wow, I'm really not a psychologist, but I did work with trauma from the energetic point of view and the point of view of spiritual therapy. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that this association is the result of disconnecting from the heart, but I do feel that it can be resolved through it. The disassociation, I believe, takes place in much more on much more instinctive levels of our being, and it's connected first and foremost to instinct and to the lower chakras. But if we are managing through therapy to resettle in the heart and to view our experience from the heart, then the heart can resolve this inner split and bring us back. The heart is what, first of all, is what can give meaning to a trauma, what can give it purpose and could make sense of it. But it also the part that in which we learn to reopen even when it feels really painful. And that's energetically the source of disassociation. It's when something feels too painful, we disconnect. And the opening of the heart tells us when something feels too painful, try once to open up. Try once to love and not to stop the flow of feeling. Because when you realize that you can love even when you're hurt, your work is done, you see? Because it's not about not getting hurt. It's about not closing down. And these are two very different states. You can be with an open heart even when you are deeply hurt. You can even love. The heart center does not need to be closed. But I'm saying the shutting down of disassociation takes place on a more instinctive levels, but of course it causes the closing down of the heart and the creation of a thicker wall that separates it. And what melts it is the heart's capacity to remain open. The heart is not like a flower that needs to close immediately when it feels some pressure, tension. This is our habit. Because, as I said at the beginning, we experience it as our innermost. And that's why it's a key factor in therapy and in healing. This is for tomorrow morning. Yes, please. Oh my God, many questions. Quickly, yes. A very quick question. Different, no. It has nothing to do with that. Different forms of love is just, we need to understand love is a complete thing. It's not a feeling. Love is the why of existence, why everything came into being, why we are here. So it's the basic motive behind all activity, including the activity of the universe itself. So when you approach this undivided phenomena of love, it reveals itself to you not as just a good, sweet feeling or niceness, or not even, it's not love as we know it. It's the reason, it's the energy behind every breath. It's why our cells have gathered together. It's why we talk right now. So in it there is it's as the first cause, it's the drive for everything, but then it can take many different expressions. You can love by just writing books, you see, or by cultivating trees. You can, of course, our clearest image of love would be I don't know, Mother Teresa feeding the poor and the dying. That's a clear expression that we can identify, but love can take the form of wisdom and of any type of passion, any type of work. It is the why you do everything you do. It is not exactly the what. Yes, please. How do I know that my heart is closed? First of all, my mind is filled with mental activity, because it means that all the energy has shifted to the mind, has escaped the heart area, and it needs to return there. So an overactive mind and the feeling of an emptiness in the chest, like I feel more focused on need or will. The easiest is to know it through what I don't feel, you see. I don't feel an overflow. I don't feel connected. I don't feel that I could give much. I don't feel that I know my place in the world. I feel that my basic connection with life is through what I need.
I'm not able to love.
Yes, I'm not able to love. I'm just trying to escape the term love, because to not get the mind overused to it. But it's true, yes.
No aliveness in urine, no breath.
No aliveness, yes. Usually our chest is closed physically. We're not walking in a way that it is fully exposed. And we feel when we connect to people as if we are from the distance. It's as if there is a gap, there is a distance between us and the world. The world is a world of strangers, of others, of people that we judge, that we look at from our inner bunker, you see? So there is no feeling of the richness of interconnectedness, like we are actually very familiar to each other. If the closed heart manifests in the body, yes, it could, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. It doesn't have to be that you have a heart attack or problems with your different heart disorders, and it doesn't mean also that if you have heart disorders that this is necessarily. It actually can mean problems in your solar plexus chakra, that it blocks, that it hinders the right flow, and that is a different problem. So yes, but we can feel tension, pressure in the heart, heaviness, and the physical closeness, which literally feels like we have a sort of a wall, like something is very solid there, and doesn't get to soften up. Yes. A last one. Yes, please. So does every chakra have this complicated geography? All right. Yes, definitely. It's because what I'm describing, I basically applied these principles to specifically to the heart chakra, but you can do that with every chakra. Yes. Okay, so Ronnie just started, and I wish us all to have a profound journey full of self-discovery. We are going to have so many different experiences and insights, and we will just move one step at a time.